I'm totally fucking kidding. The audio was working. I was just moving my lips. Straight troll status right there, folks. The audio. Oh, God, boy. I just be trying. It just comes to me, It just comes to me right there as I'm just getting ready to do the bobo. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Friday. Hey, today's going to be fucking Annihilation Day here on the Bobo. You're in the right place. I've titled this Bobo, I'd like to tell you a story. There was a number of different things that I could have titled this, but we'll just go with the story. And trust me when I tell you, boy, it's a doozy. And it's not a good story. Maybe I'll film a video about this. Hey, why not? We've got so many videos in the Bammer right now. I think we've got like 9 videos in the Bammer. And there are a few videos that are not about Brian. And those shits are gold. But fuck that. We're riding this Brian. We're riding Brian. Till the wheels fall off. And boy, we ain't nowhere near even out of the Brian woods yet. Crush the Bookie says, don't start smoking again. Yesterday, I almost did it. Came very close to going and buying a pack of cigarettes. It was about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The video had just went up. And my mentality yesterday at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon was, fuck the world. I'm going to go ahead and get into this story right now, folks. We got a couple folks up in here, and if you catch this late, I hope that, you're here now, so we're getting ready to start this. And I need to get this up off of my chest first, and there's a whole hell of a lot of stuff to talk about in this Bobo. So I hope you'll bear with me. I want to tell you a story, and I've been getting up so early lately. This morning I got up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Yesterday I got up at 4:15. It's just not been good for me. Sleep has been hard to come by. And this morning it wasn't even because of the puppies. The puppies usually always wake me up. They always do. It wasn't this morning though. So when I'm sitting downstairs watching infomercials, I always wish that I had a computer downstairs, and I'm going to make that happen because I really need to be writing my book. And my book is going to have a bunch of short stories in it, and it's going to be a Big Mama VA special shout out to you. Hey guys, if you're not subscribed here, please consider doing so. It would mean the world, and you're going to feel so sorry for me after this story. Please subscribe. Nibby asked, Joe, quick question. How did the news go with Rainey's test yesterday? I'm getting ready to share that with you right now. That's the story. I got a story to tell you. Mr. Radio Voice, we about to get it. Okay. So I wish I had a computer downstairs so I could start writing my memoir. My memoir is going to have a bunch of short stories in it. I'm going to talk a lot, oh boy, just things that, I wish I could have said on video, but these days I'm really saying it. So I don't know. Maybe the book has to go 400 times harder than these videos are going, because at this point there's no holds bar. However you say that, I'm just going in. But the title of this particular story that I would have wrote would have been, I had an oatmeal pie for breakfast. I had an oatmeal pie for breakfast. Hoovy, shout out to you for that subscribe right there. A lot of people want to know how yesterday went with me and my wife. Round number 3 of the IVF, folks. I got a story to tell you. So let's begin. Roll it. Yesterday, folks, was an ominous day. A very spooky day, if you would. I almost was feeling like out of body. There were videos I had to film, but I wasn't really feeling myself. And it was because of all of this mounting pressure of knowing that while I was doing the Bobo yesterday morning, my wife was at the doctor's getting the blood work done, and it would be about 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, somewhere around there, where they would hit my wife up and let her know the results of round number 3 of the IVF. Now, the first 2 rounds had been successful from the gate, and then after the first time we made it to 10 weeks, the second time we made it to 10 days. So, a lot of things were going on yesterday. over at the house filming. Jellicoe came over to help me for a bit. Pee-wee was working yesterday. I came here. I had to film a video, a very important video. And we got all of this done by like about 12 o'clock. So about 12:30, now I'm really starting to sweat it because I know we about to get these results. And I know these results are going to be good. It's worked every time. Every time it's worked. Well, my Spanish dudes, Hispanic dude, God, whatever they are, they had been half-assing, dragging their feet, dragging their toes on this sheetrock and plaster work, and they're going to make a cameo appearance in the story as well. So it was 2:30 yesterday afternoon. We're getting the video ready, doing a lot of editing. Shout out to the Hype Train. Thank you very much, Froggy Styles, for them bits right there. John Lowry, shout out to you, brother. So I'm editing the video. I called my wife at like 2 o'clock because, it was weird. I was like, yo, you ain't, Billy the Kid, shout out to you. I called my wife. I was like, yo, you ain't heard nothing? She was like, no, actually, when you called me, I thought it was going to be the doctors. And I was like, oh, shit, well, just keep me posted, It's all going to be all right. 2:30 rolls around. I get that phone call from my wife, folks. I see my wife pop up on the caller ID, and I'm like, oh, shit. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the news. The moment you all have been waiting for, and folks, this is only the beginning. I answer the phone, and she says, hey, the doctors just called me. I said, okay, great. What'd they say? She said it was negative. Negative Ghost Rider. The shit didn't work. Now, you got grades to these eggs. When they did the egg retrieval on my wife, I think they got like 8 or 9 eggs total. Some women go in there and they only get like 1 or 2 eggs. And then, I had to go jerk off in a cup. White Boy Olympics, that shit. They mix the two together and then they grade the shit after it starts to scramble like some eggs for breakfast. So you got these eggs and they've got these grades and we've got like 8 or 9 of them. And our grades were like AA, Aryan Brotherhood, AB, AC, BB. Well, the grade of the egg this time was BB. The first time that we had used the B egg. My wife calls me at 2:30 yesterday afternoon and says, hey, the doctors just called me. They told me the test was negative. What do I say? Fuck. I'm ready to punch the goddamn computer screen. I've got 3 months of Brian videos on the way. None of this shit matters. All of this money we're making, raking in off of Brian and this shit that he did to us. The story never ends, folks. Wait until you hear all the shit I'm going to tell you about Brian today. It's all breaking news. None of it fucking matters. Because for the third time and the first time, initially, after insertion of this egg transfer, the shit didn't work. This was the first time we've ever had that happen. But the crazy thing about this was, now, and I got to tell you this first too, right? So when we did this the second time, I remember it vividly, right? Meek, shout out to you for the follow.
Sorry, man.
Link, shout out to you. Thank you. Hey, it is what it is. Trust me, this shit's about to go ham, bone, turkey, leg. You ain't seen nothing yet. You already know. I'm too calm before the storm, folks. I'm too calm before the storm. Where am I going? This is why you're here. So I remember vividly when we did it the second time. Now, mind you, when we did it the first time and we filmed that video and I was coming out of the bank, the video was called The Worst Day of My Life. And I'm like bawling like a fucking baby in the truck. That is absolutely fucking as real as it gets. We made it to 10 weeks, heartbeats and all, and then all of a sudden we go into the doctor's office. They tell us, no bueno. No bueno, amigo, no bueno. Broke my wife's heart. I was ready to punch doctors in their fucking throats. Fuck them motherfuckers. The second time we did it, my wife was super stressed out about this. Had to work. It's got to work. They tell us, hey, the first time usually doesn't work. The second time usually does work. The third time definitely does work. Maybe not those, maybe not that drastically, but that's about the gist of it. So the second time, we were doing a storage unit. And I'll never forget, we were doing Storage Wars on After Prison Show. My wife called me, hey, guess what? It worked. Cool. And then like within the first week, it didn't work. They told her, hey, look, it just didn't take. It didn't take. It's almost like painting a wall and the stain still shows through afterward. It didn't take. Or the tattoo ink faded. It didn't take. Like, it's the craziest thing to talk about when you're trying to make a fucking baby, a human being, a life. So the second time, ironically, though, wasn't as detrimental, right? It wasn't as detrimental. Because of the fact, and this is why, because of the fact that we still knew we had the third try, right? When you die in a video game and you know you got one life remaining, it's not as bad as when you get to that one life and then you die again and then it's game over, right? Folks, that was the situation yesterday. So when my wife told me on the phone, it was negative, I didn't know what to say. There was nothing I could say. Hey, it's going to be okay. That shit don't matter. All bets are off at that point. We got off the phone pretty quickly. Told Cody, I was like, hey, day's over with, wrap it up. It's over because this shit storm's about to go. It's about to be a F5 fucking tornado up in this bitch. Right? So, Jengar says Joe's about to explode, just letting you know. You already know. So anyways, I asked my wife, I said, before I got off the phone, I said, well, what are you going to do? You coming home? She's like, I got to pick up the dog food. I was like, okay. So anyways, it's about 3:30 by this point. Cody's already left. The Hispanic fellas would finally show up at the house at some point. I swear they're on their own goddamn time. Very ironic. And, they would message me saying, hey, can you come over here? I need to show you something. Bad timing, dude. Bad timing. Bad timing. I can't be reached at this point, right? Because though I haven't blown a head gasket yet, I'm ready. Oh, boy, I'm ready. I'm way too calm. You know what I mean? So my wife shows up. She comes home. And I try to, hey, welcome home, yada, yada. I said, what do you want for dinner tonight? You want to go get some sushi? She loves sushi. And she got super pissed off at me. What is that? Pity food? Oh, fuck. This shit's about to get bad. I said, well, listen, hey, I got to go. I got to go over to the house and use these Hispanic dudes as a fucking proverbial punching bag because I'm about to let my feelings fly. I don't even respond to the Hispanic fellas when they message me, hey, can you come over here? I need to show you something. I just show up. And folks, I just got my truck fixed, so my truck is running good. And usually when I get a vehicle fixed, I drag that bitch through the mud the day that I get it back. So I'm going like, I don't know, 80 the whole way over to the house. I get to the house in about 7 minutes. It's usually a 15-minute ride. I'm passing motherfuckers like I'm OJ or Aaron Hernandez in a high-speed chase. I could give a fuck less if the cops show up behind me. But they don't. You know what I mean? My chest is so fucking tight. I've talked about this, the stress level, the fact that I'm going to die. And, I get over to the house and these Hispanics are just standing outside. Must have just gotten there, or maybe they've been there for a while. They ain't doing shit, though. So I hop out the truck like motherfucking Dukes of Hazzard, Bo Duke and shit. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? And you know what's funny is anytime that I start to get a little abrasive or loud, Joe, you're such a horrible person. You put people on blast. Here we go. Here's the beginning. Folks, we're flying over the storm right now. You know what's funny is, when I start to, because this will be the second time, and it took me 2 times to realize this, but I would. It's funny because anytime that they know that I'm mad, and I've got every right to be, I've paid you $1,300, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Just because you're Hispanic don't mean you know fucking construction. We live in 2020, okay? Shit ain't the way that it was. Not every fucking Hispanic is a goddamn certified construction worker. So when I get to the house and they ain't doing shit, I'm like, yo, what the fuck are y'all doing? I mean, I ain't even out the truck yet, and I'm already screaming on them. But it's funny because the first time I didn't really scream on them. This time, straight scream status. Straight Yanni trying to put Joe on blast at the fucking Ramen Soup's music video. Bitch, you fired. Type of shit. But it's funny because anytime I start to get loud with these dudes, I would realize it during the second time that I was doing this yesterday. They act like they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. No comprende, amigo. Bitch, you know what the fuck I'm saying. What the fuck are y'all doing? Why ain't y'all working? Why the fuck I gotta be on your time? Show me what it is so fucking important that I need to come over here. So we go up in the house and they like, hey, look, it's too cold. The plaster won't dry. I said, you know what? Fuck all that. Fuck all that shit you talking about. I said, finish the bedroom, finish the bathroom, and get the fuck out of my house. Okay? Comprende, amigo? Because let me tell you something. Come on like a bad fucking dog. Let me rub your goddamn nose in this shit. Shout out to Jellico for going over to the house to move in that $400 brand new goddamn vanity. Come here, motherfuckers. You see this shit right here? You see this shit? Why the fuck are there scratches all over my brand new fucking, vanity? No comprende, amigo. Cool beans. Finish the shit and finish the shit. And that's it. To finish up on them. Cool says, LOL, yo bipolar as fuck. Maybe. I won't deny it. I won't even get offended by you saying it. But I've been dealing with a lot, you know. So anyways, like, I said this in a previous video. Am I going to regret not firing these motherfuckers? Now, I guess in all fairness, they did what they did. They hung the sheetrock. They did the initial finishing work with the plaster. So they did some work. And even though they did it on their time, and even though they fucked up the vanity, hey, guess what? At least they got the shit done. And you know what's ironic about it? Is the work that they had left at the current rate that they were working should have taken them at least a full 8 hours. Funny how they got that job done in about an hour and a half, because it was an hour and a half after I left that they were sending me pictures of what it looked like. They were done. So I was like, okay, cool, thanks, bye. That was what I said. I want to finish up with them first, right? So it was almost like they were threatening me after this, right? Because after I said, okay, cool, peace, bye, I wouldn't hear from them for probably about 30 minutes, and then they would hit me back. And I told them, I was like, leave the key to the house in the house, lock it up, and leave the leftover materials in the house too, because that shit don't belong to you. I paid for that. So 30 minutes later, they would text me, and they would say, hey, I guess I'm going to have to just stay here at the house until you pay me, because I don't have no gas. And, you know, as bad as I wanted to go over there and beat these motherfuckers up, or at least try to, I ain't built like that, so I'm just talking out my ass when I'm saying this. They had me mad. As bad as I'm wanting to say, get the fuck off my property before I call the cops on you motherfuckers, I'm already a snitch. Let some of these fucking, we'll get to that. But, you know, as bad as I wanted to say something, I didn't. And you know what I did? I just cash apped them the final $100. I shouldn't even have to have paid them. I mean, they fucking damaged a $400 brand new vanity. But fuck it. We made a deal, and I ain't got time. I got bigger fish to fry than, you know, arguing over $100 with these motherfuckers. So I paid them, and they were gone. And that was it. I was done with them. But the crazy thing is when I left from the house after basing on these motherfuckers, like, what the fuck is going on type of stuff, like, I was unreachable. I'm talking about driving like a maniac. I'm ready to go pick up a pack of cigarettes. Fuck, I'm in downtown Portsmouth. I'm sure I could find some drugs pretty easily. I'm ready to goddamn just let loose. Because shit's all sorts of fucked up. And it's nobody's fault. Except, you know, it's just life. In life, certain things happen. I mentioned the whole drugs thing. The drugs thing really wasn't on the radar. I'm just saying that for emphasis. The cigarettes were definitely on the radar, though. And when I pull out of the street where the house is on, left is 7-Eleven, right is going home. I really, really came very close to going left, but I didn't. I just went home. I went home. And, my wife didn't want to talk. She was super fucked up, super depressed. As she's got every right to be. Because, it's not just, okay, it didn't work. We should be used to this. This was round number 3. Hey, we had already had the conversation that we're not doing this again. And this is it. But, you talk about that, but you don't ever expect to get to that point like, oh, shit. Because when my wife came home, I need you to understand these words I'm about to say to you, okay? When my wife came home, and I seen just how absolutely fucked up she was, how sad, how upset, how mad she was, I'm looking at her, and I'm looking into the face of my wife, who's realizing, or probably realizing, there's a very damn good chance she's realizing, she's never going to be a mother. She's never going to have kids. And this is fucked up. This is a fucked up situation to be in, to be looking at your wife and realizing that's probably what she's fucking thinking. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to tweet about this last night. Update about how today went. Fuck the world. And I wanted to go very, very further than that. Borderline too far. But I didn't. I just kept it all bottled up. Because I got to be the strong one. I'm usually not the strong one. My wife usually is. And, I'm trying to be the strong one. So, she would end up talking to me. And she would tell me, she was like, you don't need to live your life like this. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, See, you know what this IVF shit is for real, though, right? This is life-destroying. I've said that before. I've said it to her. It's life-destroying. These people fill you with hopes and dreams, and for a lot of people, it does work. But I get to experience what it's like for the people that they don't talk about so much. The people who spend $35,000+. That's what I spent on 3 rounds of IVF. I told my wife that this morning. I said, we spent about $35,000. She said it was way more than that. I get to experience what that's like. And I said this about Brian. I'll say this about the IVF. It's not even really so much about the money. That's actually a fucking lie. The money has quite a bit to do with it. But fuck the money. Because you know what else I get to realize? As my wife is questioning whether we should even still stay married at this point. Is she no good for me? Should I try to go find better? Who's to say it's not my fucking fault, all of this shit? I was going somewhere and I'm trying to remember where I was going. I can't remember. But it was just damn crazy, man. It was damn crazy to be going through this shit like this. And, man, I want to make a video about this. And it's going to be called, I spent $35,000 on 3 rounds of IVF and the shit didn't work. I want to give people, and I don't want to scare people, because trust me, this is a $1 billion industry. Babies is. Motherfuckers is putting dead people's organs in their body just to try to have kids. I mean, the shit's real fucked up for people who can't have kids. And then you think about the people who do have kids who don't even really want them. Everything that I see on TV or the internet, me or my wife, that has a child, like it's just fucked up. Super fucked up. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say this, right? I fucking hate kids. I fucking hate them. I don't think they're cute. I don't like them. I fucking hate them. And maybe this is a big reason why. When you watch the person that, you love go get absolutely fucking destroyed by this shit, Yo, that's a tough pill to swallow right there. But needless to say, I want to say this. I thank each and every one of y'all for the kind words, the thoughts and the prayers, for being there.
Joe, you both will survive this. Don't let her think she is letting you down, that you are there for her. CJILDRE and grow up and move away as spouses for better or worse sickness and health, richer or poorer.
Nibby, shout out to you. Thank you very much. I see a lot of people getting upset with me about the kids comment. And I mean, it is what it is. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to goddamn appease you. I'm not here to say the things that you want to hear. I give you it more fucking real than you'll ever hear in your life. Oh, and I remember that thought that I was going with. Here we go. Okay? You know, I guess I'll clean it up just a little bit. I loathe kids. I hate fucking school buses. I hate getting stuck behind them. Fuck that shit. I hate going on vacation and there's kids in the pool. Fuck your family vacation. But that's on me, though. I should be going to adult places. But had we had kids, you know, I would have been a great father. I'm a very kind and considerate person. Too kind. You see what goes on a daily basis. So there's that. But I remember the thought that I forgot. And here it is, right? We spent $35,000 on IVF 3 rounds. The shit didn't work. It is what it is. Then I think to myself, okay, well, you know, I'm going to be there for my wife. I'm not going to let this destroy us. You know, what could we do? Shit, you know, let's go on a vacation. Let's go somewhere, you know. Let's go buy a new car, like whatever. Then I really get to thinking about that whole money can't buy happiness shit. Not that we got no money right this second, but it don't, man. It don't. None of this shit means nothing. Not this house, not these cars, not the other house, not none of this shit. Don't mean nothing. When you watch the person that you've given the rest of your life to, absolutely devastated. So, regardless, I don't say this to you for the pity party. I mean, I'm fucked up about it. My wife is super fucked up about it. We're going to get through this. I had to share this story with you guys because I couldn't beat around the bush about it. And I just wanted to tell you as real as I possibly could what it is. You know? And I thank each and every one of y'all for hearing me out on it and letting me get that up off of my chest. I had an oatmeal pie for breakfast at 1 o'clock this morning. Sleep has not come to me easy. So there's that. And shout out to the Hispanic dudes who got the work done. So anyways, let's go ahead and move on to some more pressing matters. I guess I'd say more pressing. There's nothing more pressing than that. Let's move on to the next topic of conversation. I don't really want to talk about this next part. So I'm going to do it the best way that I can, and I'm going to try not to go too deep into this. I probably will, though. So I titled this, Bobo, I'd like to tell you a story. I almost titled it, I ate an oatmeal pie for breakfast. But another title that I almost went with was, Today Ain't the Fucking Day. Today ain't the day. And you know, I know with the current state of affairs here on After Prison Show, all the shit that's going on with Brian, the action that I've taken against Brian, going to the police department, walking inside of there, talking to the police, filing a report to press charges. I know that that can fall on unfavorable ears, especially given who I am. And how can I really put who I am? It should be known without having to be said that I'm the best that ever did this shit. And views, I know we don't get the biggest views, okay? And I know that there's other people who are more popular than us in the prison content YouTube channel department. And that's fine and dandy. But I do take a lot of credit, egotistically, big-headedness, I don't know. I do take a lot of credit for paving the way for these up-and-coming copycats, if I could say so, right? So I know that there are going to be people who got something to say, an opinion that don't mean shit, a little clout to chase, if you get what I'm saying, right? And, that would be brought to my attention a little bit. Yo says, Joe, I definitely hate kids too. I think about it this way. You can raise a little warrior. You probably hate kids that fail. I don't see the rest of the comment, but shout out to you. Yo, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have kids, so I can't relate. You know what I mean? When you have kids, it's a whole totally different thing. And then when you see, I don't know. I'm nobody to tell anybody about kids. I don't know shit about it. But anyways, I know there's going to be certain people who got shit to say about it. It's been brought to my attention a little bit. Today ain't the day, though. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm writing this memoir where I'm going to put a lot of shit out there. We might not even make it to the memoir, before it's all in videos. I mean, I'm already Jokashi69. You know what I mean? What am I missing right here? Jersey says, keep calling him a bitch. I don't know what I'm missing. Smoking? What's going on? Did I miss something? Block him. Oh, Jersey's holding shit down. Jersey, you like the hall monitor in this motherfucker. But anyways, it's been brought to my attention that people got some comments or, some opinions about the situation. And I guess I shouldn't even really be mad about it. I guess I should be flattered about it. But, if it did offend me, dog, today just ain't the motherfucking day. Because I will body you in a video. I'm almost as good as Brian. Brian's the best that ever did it in terms of trying to get people to believe what you're saying. And maybe not even believe what you're saying because it sounds like you're lying at that point, but to really buy into it. I'm almost like a fucking politician. And I don't want to throw any names out there. Leave it alone, Joe. Leave it alone. But anyways, I get it, okay? So that's where I'm going to leave it at. Today's just not the day, all right? So please move on. There's bigger clout to chase out there. I mean, I can give you some ideas. That girl just got out of jail who talked that dude into taking his life. Go chase that. Go bark up that tree. Tekashi 6ix9ine, I'm sure there's something going on with him. Ain't there? Mississippi, go after that. Just don't come after me because I will make you fucking regret it. I will make you regret it. I will. But anyways, all right, I'm going to move on because I am. Folks, I got a lot to share with you in relation to Brian. Gosh almighty. We're never going to get tired of this neither, right? We're never going to get tired of this. First of all, we were over at the house yesterday. I had Pee-wee come over there and help clean the house up. Special shout out to him. Jellicoe came over. I was trying to get his opinion on a couple of things. My homeboy Connor, I get to see him hopefully today. He's going to let me film with him a little bit. And I'm meeting some HVAC dudes over at the house this afternoon. And that's where we're at. But while we were over at the house yesterday, Jellicoe would bring it to my attention that when Brian brought down the chimney and then that hole was patched up, well, we didn't reshingle it. We just put a piece of wood there and a tarp over it. Brian was supposed to fix that, but he's fucked everything up at this point, more so for himself than anybody, but also for the house a little bit. Because when he tore down the chimney and that shit was patched up, it's leaking. So that leaking has dropped down onto that brand new sheetrock and plaster work and fucked up the entire area right there where the chimney used to be at. So that's got to be replaced. More work. We're basically just spinning fucking tires right now. But we'll get past this because supposedly, and I hate to say this, but supposedly, I'm not going to say it, Jellicoe was going over to the house first thing this morning to go put the shingles on the roof. He was going to go roof that section. I don't even know if he knows how to roof. I don't. But regardless, we're going to get that thing reshingled. And I hope that it was done already because it's already raining outside. So, there's that. Also, videos that are upcoming. Today's video is called My Message to Brian. Folks, we are so far behind in the videos in comparison to where we currently are in the state of affairs. But today you get to hear my message to Brian. And trust me when I tell you, this shit is something you got to hear. Because it's not just, there's a lot of information in this video. And some of that information is about the post that I made on Facebook. Now, we talked about that in yesterday's video. I made a Facebook post in a virtual yard sale page. That post went moderately sizzled. Not viral, but it sizzled quite a bit. A lot of people responded to it. You know, people were saying shit about me. But there are people saying shit about everything. Con men ain't shit, whatever. But there was also a woman who would say the same thing happened to me. By the same guy. He did the same thing to me, as a matter of fact. That's what she said. Folks, I got in contact with that woman. Not only did I get in contact with that woman, I had a long conversation with that woman. Not only did I have a long conversation with that woman, I've got pictures of the work that Brian did and didn't finish. Folks, that video coming soon. The interview with the other woman, or one of the many other people that Brian has scammed. Okay? So that's on the way as well. Not only that, folks, it has been brought to my attention. Now, I don't know how real this is or not. I want to try to find this. We'll share it here on the Bobo first. How can I find it? I guess we're going to go try to hunt this out because I can't get into Twitter here. Okay. So I'm going to try to hunt it out here. If I can't find it here, okay. All right. Why, oh, why do I have to sign up? I just want to see the link they sent to me. God damn it. Man, fucking hell, man. Okay, well, I can't fucking find it. All right, bear with me. God damn it. I don't want to have to dig this deep into my Twitter shit. So anyways, not only that, a lot of people have been sending me a lot of other information they've been stumbling upon about Brian. And I'll just tell you about it because I can't show it to you because I don't want to go that far back. It's probably super deep back. Folks, it's been brought to my attention that somebody found Angie's List reviews on Brian Ruff. Roll it! I can't because I can't find the link. Folks, I read those reviews and what they said was more of the same. Brian took $800 and he was gone. Brian took $400 and he was gone. The work was not completed. Folks, there were multiple posts about AKA Brian Ruff not completing work that was done. Now, though I can't find the post, I do remember the company that they said he was working for. And let me show you what that company is. Roll it. The company's called NW Contracting Company, not LLC. It just said NW Contracting CO. Brian, if you're watching this, did you ever work for NW Contracting Company? We need to know. Because we don't honestly know. Crush the bookie. I got the comments pulled up on my phone. Shout out to you. Brian's track record is trash. So this company is based out of northwestern, like North Dakota. Okay? I don't know if Brian was ever out in North Dakota. Like, I'm trying to find where it says actually North Dakota. I saw this morning when I was looking at it. Yeah, North Dakota. There it is right there. I don't know if Brian was ever in North Dakota working for a company called NW Contracting Company. But what I do know, because I've started many a businesses, is that most business names are LLC. So you can I could start motherfucking Google, Amazon, Apple, IBM. I could start that company if I want to. So long as I put LLC at the end of it, I'm golden. I could do it here in Virginia, right? So I thought to myself, I'm like, well, wait a minute. Though they say that this company is in North Dakota, wherever we saw that at, what if there's an NW contracting company in Virginia. Roll it. Boom, we got one right here in motherfucking Chesapeake, Virginia. Well, not that one. Boom. There it is right there. We should call these motherfuckers and say, yo, did a Brian Ruff ever work for you? Maybe there's been a lawsuit and there's a non-disclosure on the settlement. Maybe they're not at liberty to talk about that. Brian, did you ever work there, though? I'm curious. Because there were a lot of reviews saying that Brian Ruff did this and did that from this NW contracting company, but it didn't say what state. So it's just ironic, isn't it, a little bit, that there's another Brian Ruff out there doing construction contractor fraud? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe there's a lot of Brian Ruffs. Maybe if your name is Brian Ruff, that's all you know. Good shit. God, I should have been a fucking cop like some of these dick-eating motherfuckers try to say that I am. So there's that. So, quite a bit of information. I'm also going to be sharing with you Brian's Let Go profile that was brought to my attention, where he was trying to let go. Now, if you don't know, Let Go is just like OfferUp, except it's the Lyft version compared to Uber of marketplaces in terms of like, you know, it's booty as fuck. It's like, you know, stinking ass booty, like swamp ass of ride shares or marketplaces. Let Go is some fucking trash. I hate that app. They didn't pay me to say that, but it is what it is. Isn't Brian Ruff a junior or third? Brian Ruff has a, it is what it is. No, I don't know. I don't think he is. I know there is a junior. So, he's got a Let Go profile that I'll be sharing with you in this video today called My Message to Brian. My message to Brian. And I'll be showing you like how he sold all of his construction equipment, how you wasn't out there and ain't still out there smoking the crack. Now, I paused right there for a moment because I'm trying to remember the other video that I filmed, and that video I just filmed yesterday. So this video you're going to be seeing today is, in fact, a video me just in front of the camera. But there was another one that I did like that too, and it was called, damn, what the fuck was it called? Something about Brian, I remember now. It was about the phone call that I had with Brian. And folks, boy, we talked about that yesterday. But the video, whoo, gosh almighty, that joint is way harder. Way harder. Folks, the amount of fucking trolling that I am doing on this dude, like, you fucked with the wrong person. I'm not some big dick-eating, beefy-looking motherfucker trying to be on YouTube talking about like I'm just so fucking gangster. See, I'm the smartest motherfucker that you think is really dumb. I be outsmarting your big-for-nothing looking ass. When you fuck with the bull, you get the dick as well. That's what happens. And I be slinging dick. That's what I'm doing on this internet, just slinging that shit. In the form of police action and trolling. And like, here's the deal. Most of these videos that I'm filming now, my message to Brian, my phone call with Brian, I'm talking directly to Brian. I'm like, yo, you can run, but you can't hide, and you ain't going to be able to hide forever. I've got a private investigator. Right? Or do I? Because here's the funny part about this. I told Cody, and I'm going to share this, and I shouldn't share this because, Brian, I know you're listening, but fuck it, you can hear this too. I told Cody, I was like, you know, at this point, I could just make a video and say anything. I could say anything. And I'm not saying like lie about what Brian has done, but I could fib a little about what I've done. Now, don't get me fucking twisted. I did go to the goddamn police. But, you know, how far would I really go? Like, really go? And how real is it really for you, Brian? Because I want to make this video and say, look, you really just need to turn yourself in because they are going to catch you, man. You can't drive your vehicle. You can't. Because if you pass a police officer, that shit's going to ping, ping. Largest prison YouTuber Don Juan of the goddamn trolling internet has filed charges against the individual that just passed this cop car. Pull over! You can't even go down to the boardwalk because they've got facial recognition software, Brian.
Everything happens for a reason, Joe, everything.
You can't even go buy a pack of them dumbass Marlboro menthols. If they ask for your ID, you hit. They're going to know where you at. You can't even use your cell phone, Brian. You've got warrants for your arrest. They just waiting for that phone to ping. You can't get on Chatterbait or XNXX or Pornhub. They will know your location. And let me just say this. How scared is Brian right now? What kind of action is Brian taking currently to try to remain elusive? Well, let's go ahead and look. Let's see what we can find. Number one, his Facebook profile that I have tagged him in. He removed the tag from this. That he has deleted everything from. You can't see anything from this. I don't even know if randos can find this. Maybe only I can find this. Cody said like it's, it looks like it's been made private or something along those lines, right? So there's that. So we know he's taken countermeasures, right? Let's go to the next stomping ground where Brian is most known to frequent. Yo, please don't make me sign into this shit. God damn it. Well, anyways, here we are. Folks, let me introduce you to this place. If you look for his username, which is, what is his username? Whatever it is. He's made his TikTok private. So you can't see it. Tighten Up Now is the name of it. Tighten Up Now. If you go look for Tighten Up Now on TikTok, it's private. So we know that he is trying to take some sort of countermeasures to lessen the blow that is absolutely After Prison Show and moi, yours truly, Joe, who you'll never really know. Just the lights that I'll go. Cody the fucking Autotunes. So there's that. John Scully said, for a second I thought Joe was going to go to Grindr. There might be something there. Rude says, don't trust a grown man with a TikTok. I got a TikTok too. After Prison Show has a TikTok. I only did it because I saw that they got ads now, if we can get the ad revenue. I saw Celestia Vega, whoever she is. I saw that she did a TikTok and gained 100,000 views in a day, but that's because of probably who she is.
Tighten Up Now. He accepts all new subs though, Joe, so you can still get in to see his vids.
I don't need to do that.
Him, I did winking face.
I don't need to do it because I would be hopeful that other people will help me with this. So I hope, there's some crazy comments, but he might be deleting those comments at the same time. Yo, why the fuck does computer keep telling me to restart now? Remind me tomorrow, though. This joint's been running for a year straight. So, as we get closer to the end of this Bobo, I need to let you know. Somebody asked a question that I didn't want to answer or address, but I need to. I need to tell you the truth. And I don't know what you'll do with this information. I don't know how this will affect the rest of your day. So, I need to tell you. And I hate that I'm telling you about it today, but today is Friday. It's going to be the last day that you see me for a little while. I won't be back till Monday. But you need to know this. And you need to know that I will be righting this wrong, so to say. Today's video is my message to Brian, okay? But tomorrow's video is the real bombshell, okay? Tomorrow's video is the real bombshell, and that is, it was just earlier this week where we talked about the fact that I hadn't heard back from the police. Y'all remember that? What day was that? Maybe like Wednesday? Tuesday? I was like, yo, why the fuck ain't the police hitting me up? Maybe it was Wednesday. So, after we got done with the Bobo, I would start filming, and I really didn't want to do this. I was very nervous to do this. I'll tell you the truth. And, oh yeah, let me answer that question too real quick. This is the second time I'm seeing that. John says, I wonder what Rabbit said he would have done to Brian. Not a fucking thing. A little bit of a deba, and I just cut it to make it seem like, you know, some Sons of Anarchy shit. Really nothing. Private All-Star says Joe dropped the charges. I'm a little disappointed in you, Private All-Star. I'm a little disappointed in that comment right there, but, you know, I get it. On Tuesday, Wednesday, I can't remember what day it was. It was the day I was talking about why the fuck ain't I heard from the police department. I would get done with the Bobo. I would start filming about that same exact topic right there. Like, yo, what the fuck is up with these cops? Right? Chesapeake Police Department, what the fuck is y'all doing? Y'all ain't hit me back for nothing. And all they gave me when I went to press the charges and file the report was a little card that says, what happens now? Well, I was actually reading that card on the video, and I realized that one of the things that they said was, it was like a frequently asked questions. And it was like, what happens if the detectives don't contact you? And the answer to that question was, if the detectives don't contact you, it means that they are not investigating your case. So when I read that or something along them lines, I was like, what the fuck? No, you didn't. No, I know I didn't just read that, right? So I called the number on the card. It was the non-emergency police department or the police line. I called, I said, hey, oh God, this was an awkward fucking phone call. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to find out about some charges that I put on a guy. Oh, my name, Joe Guerrero. Don't look me up. Don't look me up. So they said, okay, sir, well, you called the wrong place. Here's the phone number you need to call. You need to call the Investigation Detectives Bureau or something along those lines. So I hang up and I call, and a woman picks up the phone, and I tell her the same exact thing, and she puts me on hold. She says, do you have your report number, your police report number? I said, I do. I do. Nibby says, Joe, filing a report is not the same thing as pressing charges. You need to get the report to file the charges. See, I ain't never done this before, okay? All y'all motherfuckers, and not you guys, but some of these dick-eating motherfuckers who be thinking they got all goddamn sense. I ain't never done it before, so I don't honestly know. Nibby, if that's correct, then trust me. We're going to get there. So this woman puts me on hold after I give her the report number, and man, I'm telling you, it was like the longest 3 minutes of my life. But she finally comes back on the line, and she was like, sir? I'm like, yeah. She was like, what is your name? No, she says, how do you pronounce your last name? And I wanted to say, hola, amigo, motherfucking Guerrero. I said, it's Detective Lieutenant Benson Stabler fucking Guerrero. Badge number, Takashi 69. I said, it's Guerrero. Why do you ask? She said, okay, sir, well, where exactly did this take place? And I said, oh, here we fucking go. Here we fucking go. I said, well, now I've said everyone telling Joe it's his fault. It's not my fault. I give people second chances. Eat a dick. He didn't deserve a second chance. But thank you, Knives. And I wasn't saying eat a dick to any of you. I was saying eat a dick to anybody who's saying that it's my fault. It's never my fault. Maybe sometimes it is. So they said, sir, where exactly did this take place at? They said, did it happen in Portsmouth or did it happen in Chesapeake? I said, the house is in Portsmouth. I said, but it didn't happen anywhere. Anywhere. In fact, it happened via Cash App. I said, I was standing in my backyard watching my two little puppies take a puppy shit, both simultaneously at the same time, as I was hitting send that on that 800 for that HVAC. Standing in my backyard watching my two puppies take a simultaneous puppy shit in the city of fucking Chesapeake. Sir, where exactly is the house located at? I said the house is in Portsmouth. The motherfucking HVAC nor the money never fucking, she said, sir, you're going to have to go file these charges in Portsmouth. There's nothing we can do about this. I said, you dick-eating bitch. It's not what I said. It's what I thought. When I said, okay, well, thanks for nothing is exactly what I said. And then I also said, mind you, it had only been 48 hours. The woman told me it had been like a week. She said this happened back on like the 14th, right? I was like, I guess it really wasn't that long ago. So she said, you need to go do this in Portsmouth. And I said to her, as a victim has every fucking right to when you realize the police are there for nothing other than to make world star fucking videos. I said, well, when the fuck was somebody going to tell me this? When was somebody going to tell me this? I said, was anybody going to call me and tell me that you ain't about, that y'all is fucking good for fucking nothing, you Chesapeake police? Was anybody going to call and tell me that y'all would just want to pass the fucking buck and fuck the victim? Let another city handle that. We ain't got time for that. Was anybody going to call and tell me that, or did I have to call to get this information? Adib, well, Adib, sir, Adib, we just, Adib, got the report, today. So, somebody was going to call you. Don't worry about it. I'm making a YouTube video that's going to annihilate you guys. I'm talking about putting you all the way out there. I don't give a fuck no more.
Human, Pee-wee, and Rabbit are the fucking best for real. If I ever see them in person, I am blessing, but make more content with them.
Definitely. So long story short, they told me they weren't going to do shit. I was supposed to go file the charges against Brian again in the city of Portsmouth yesterday. I didn't have time for that. So today I get to make another fucking video that's going to do stupid numbers and have people trying to clout chase off of my fucking name doing the same thing. Guess what? I'm going to call the video. I'm pressing more charges on Brian. How's that not going to do? I'm a super trooper now. I've elevated my game from beat cop to fucking super trooper. I like this whole police thing. I like this. So, we're going to go to Portsmouth, and we're going to do this. We're going to do it big this time. This time, we're telling everything that we know. Every fucking thing. I'm taking a mountain of evidence. And, yeah. Now, to be fair, somebody told me, I don't want to say who it was. It was a fan. Let me blame a fan for this. Somebody told me, they were like, Joe, why don't you just use the shit out of Brian? You've got him by the fucking balls right now. You own his fucking freedom. A little harsh, but the truth. Why don't you just use him? You ain't got to tell nobody about it. Put his ass to work for free. And I thought to myself, that was a great idea. I actually thought about that long ago. But it's the wrong idea, because if anybody ever found out, I'm aiding and abetting a fugitive. And fuck all that. I don't even care about that. I care more about how that's going to look, because that's going to look really, really bad. It's going to look like a movie, and I don't want to say what the movie is called, but, you know, could I is it in the realm of possibility that we could actually make Brian work? I need to stop while I'm ahead. This is going to get so bad. So bad. My response to this idea, so to speak, was it's not a good idea. One, Brian would never trust me. Hey, Brian, look, here's the game plan. You can come work and, work those charges off for free. But he would never trust me for that. Who's to say that, I'm not filming this Brian's first day back on the job? It's for your own good, Georgie. It's for your own good. Swatting this motherfucker. Because I would do that. I would definitely do that. I'm not even going to sit here and act like I wouldn't. Fuck. We swatted Brian. I mean, Brian in the title is winning right now. So we swatted Brian. And I hope that I get a chance to make that video. That's without having Brian come back to work off the charges, okay? But not only would Brian never trust me to not turn him in, I am the police after all. How the fuck could I ever trust this guy? How the fuck could I ever trust this guy? Oh, you said you needed some money to go buy a door? Oh, the same door that you stole? And the panel box? Never would work out. I respect the idea, but it just wouldn't work. So, needless to say, Brian's got, let's see, it's 10 o'clock now. He's got 30 minutes until I'm putting more charges on him. Tan says swatting is illegal. It's not illegal if you're on the run and you got warrants for your arrest. There's a difference between, calling the cops on somebody for something that, is made up and false, or calling the cops on somebody who's legitimately a fugitive from, the law. So there's that. Folks, a lot to share with you guys. I'm filming this video immediately upon getting done with this. I'm on my way to file more charges on Brian. I also got some other videos to get filmed today. We got to meet some people about the HVAC. I'm going to wrap this up. I want to say, look, I really greatly appreciate you guys allowing me to get the BS up off of my chest about the shit that I'm dealing with, me and my wife are dealing with. And to all the naysayers, I get it, I get it. I've chased clout too before, so there's that. But look, fact of the matter is, I'm never going to get tired of this situation. And though I'm doing a lot of this for vengeance and out of spitefulness and to troll and to make you the most paranoid. See, there ain't nothing like being on the run. But have you ever been on the run when you're a crackhead? And have you ever been on the run when you're a crackhead and you got the entire internet not only laughing at you, but also looking for you as well? There's no enjoyable crack blast during that. There's none. So I've got every right to be doing what I'm doing. And, eventually we will get beyond this. The 2020 year in rewind, this is going to be a big part of that. So, good deal. Folks, thank you so much for being a part of the Bobo. I hope you enjoyed this thing. I look forward to bringing you guys an awesome video. Did I say reward? Oh, I thought it said rewind. I'll look forward to bringing you guys an awesome video today and, every day. We got so many videos in the Bammer, and a lot of awesome stuff is taking place. I need to share one final thing. I probably should have shared this days ago. I completely forgot. Not only do I get a chance to... what the fuck was I going to say? Oh, see my homeboy Connor today. And hopefully I get a chance to see him and also put him, get a little quick update with him in video. You remember when we went and saw the guy that was living in the vehicle? Derek, who said he'd been living in the car for 3 years? There's a very ironic and crazy story about that guy involving Connor and what Connor is now doing to help this guy, Derek. So very awesome thing right there, folks. Have a great day. Thank you so much for being up in here. And I'll look forward to talking with you guys again real soon. And until then, peace.